let's see if I can do this. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. And this week we're going to be doing a fun reading challenge. I've never really participated in a reading challenge before. You know, you see those ones on YouTube like the 24-hour reading challenge, some people do like 48-hour reading challenge, and screen time reading challenge. And I decided that in the future I do want to do a 24-hour reading challenge, but I feel like I need to prep myself for reading for a very long amount of time. So I'm gonna do this video first. I am going to be swapping my screen time on my phone for reading. And if this was like a few weeks ago, I would tell you I'm very, very nervous because I had a time where I was on my phone all the time, like probably like 5, 6, 7 hours a day average. Honestly, the majority of the time it was because of TikTok and because I was watching YouTube and Siesta Key on my phone. And it was just like a thing that I was doing every day. So if you talked to me a few weeks ago, I would have said that I was scared about it. But now I feel like I'm gonna be okay. Swapping screen time for reading was very popular, I would say maybe like a few months ago, maybe like more than a few months ago, I don't know, but I want to challenge myself to do it because I feel like, again, I want to sort of train myself to read for a long period of time because I want to do a 24-hour reading vlog in the future, and B, even though it's not gonna be terrible, I can probably tell you that my screen time on my phone is not like amazing, like not what I would want it to be. I kind of want to curb that a little bit. I feel like bringing awareness to how much I usually spend on my phone would help me do that. And also I want to start getting through some really amazing books. I've been on a reading kick lately. I traveled, I read a lot on the plane, so I just want to sort of get through some of these books that I've been wanting to read for April, quickly coming to a close. So that is what we're going to be doing this video. And I haven't watched too many of these and I don't really remember how they used to do it, but I'm just gonna go on my phone, look at my screen time of last week because right now it's Wednesday. I'm gonna do Tuesday to Friday. I haven't really looked at my overall screen time yet, just because on Monday I was traveling and things are different when you travel cross country. Like time just works differently. I was so exhausted. No reading was gonna get done on Monday. But maybe in the future I'll do like a full week, but Tuesday to Friday I feel like it's pretty good. Now we are going to go on to my screen time. Okay, my daily average is up from last week, which is encouraging. But if we go to week, and today's not a full week, it is Wednesday like I said, so going back to last week, my last week's average was 2 hours and 41 minutes, which is not terrible. Even like my most amount of time that I spent on my phone was 3 hours and 52 minutes. That was on Sunday. Like that's not terrible. So I'm not like mad about it. It was down 34% from last week. Not last week, but the week before that is more what I would expect from myself. But we are going to be doing just last week, not the week before, because that's just how this challenge is going to work. And last week it was not terrible. So it seems like on Wednesday, which is today, 2 hours and 50 minutes is not terrible. That's how long I'm going to be reading for today. I already started yesterday. I read an hour and 19 minutes. Thursday I'll be reading for 3 hours and 3 minutes. And Friday will be 2 hours and 49 minutes. And I feel like that's a very manageable average of reading time, but it's still definitely more than I would normally do from Tuesday to Friday because I work. So to help that, I have like a 30-minute commute to work. So I'm going to be listening to an audiobook during that time because I do feel like that some of my screen time comes from when I drive, because I'm not driving unsafely, but I do play like the video podcasts, like Call Her Daddy and all that stuff. I play that as I drive. So like that takes up screen time, I think. So I am going to be including audiobooks in this to help me get to my goal because like I said, I do work full time. So it'll be very hard to just work the full day and then come home and have to read for like 3-4 hours. That's going to be difficult. So I'm going to include audiobooks, and the audiobook that I've been reading is Daisy Jones and the Six. And then the physical book that I want to start reading is Daisy Haites, which is so funny. I realized this yesterday. I want to read 2 Daisy books, but these are going to be the 2 books we're going to be trying to get through, and maybe we'll get through another one. Who knows? Let's see, what do I spend the most time on? Kindle. You know what? That's not bad. If I spend the most time on Kindle, that means I'm spending it reading. That's not bad. I'm guessing a lot of that was on the plane. Amazon on the other hand. I should not be spending an hour and 51 minutes just scrolling through Amazon because I don't need anything. Like, I do not need anything. You see how many pillows I have? I bought 2 more and I have 4 on the couch on the other side of the room, and my boyfriend is like, we do not need more pillows. But I don't know why I've been on a pillow kick lately. That is all I've been scrolling on Amazon for. So I need to not scroll on Amazon for an hour and 51 minutes to spend money that I don't need to spend. So yeah, we are gonna be trying to do the challenge of swapping screen time for reading. And I feel like it'll help me try out if I like listen to audiobooks in the car instead of like music or, you know, podcasts. So that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, like I said, it is a Wednesday. We are gonna be going back in time to when I recorded yesterday to start this video off, and then we'll move on from there. Hello everyone, sorry for the jump scare. I took my makeup off. Sorry in advance for my appearance. But it is Tuesday. On Tuesday, our screen time from last week was at 1 hour and 19 minutes, which is actually not that bad. So we are gonna do an hour and 19 minutes of reading, and I think I am going to do more of the Daisy Jones and the Six audiobook. A lot of people really love the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six, so that's how I've been reading it. I must say it is really, really good. So yeah, we're gonna do some more of this. 1 hour and 19 minutes. We're gonna start that and get going. We are about this much of the way through. That actually was perfect because I literally just finished right here. And now we're on to like the next chapter. I don't know how I timed that perfectly, but I did. And that concludes our 1 hour and 19 minutes of reading for the day. I got to page 76 in Daisy Jones and the Six. I really like it so far. I think that the audiobook makes it 1,000 times better. It is all interview style and it's a little slow, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it unless you're listening to like the audiobook. The voice actors playing the interviewers and all that stuff. It really adds like so much to this and brings it to life. So if you do read this, I highly recommend doing the audiobook. I'm also watching the TV show on Amazon Prime right now. On that show, I'm like maybe like 1 or 2 episodes ahead of where I'm at in the book. But I like this. I like swapping my screen time with reading because it's like getting me through books that I want to read that I just like haven't had time for. But like if you have that much time to do screen time, then you have time to read a book or listen to an audiobook. That is it for this Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna do some more of the Daisy Jones and the Six audiobook because I am going to drive home from work now. I am very ready to get back into the story. I am loving listening to audiobooks in my car lately. So that's different from a podcast, which is usually what I do, or like, you know, music. So it's kind of fun.
By 1974, Daisy Jones had refused to show up to any of her recording sessions.
Hello everyone, so I just got home and I am on page 139 of Daisy Jones and the Six using the audiobook. What I've been doing with these audiobooks is I'm still like holding the book in my hand and following along, just because I feel like it adds to it. It's like someone reading you a story, and I feel like I can get more into the story when I have the book in front of me. And then of course I'm underlining and tabbing quotes. There are some good ones that I just read. So I just lost my bookmark. What was I on? Page 1. One that I just tabbed was, Billy, when someone's presence gives you energy, when it riles up something in you, the way Daisy did for me, you can turn that into lust or love or hate. I felt most comfortable hating her. It was my only choice. And there's another one. Oh, this one's kind of fun. You know how every once in a while you'll meet somebody who seems to be floating through life? Daisy sort of floated through the world, oblivious to the way it really worked. I suppose I should have hated her for it, but I didn't. I loved her for it. There's just some like cute quotes in here. It's a beautiful day out right now, and I have like an hour, maybe 10 minutes left of today. These audiobooks are like saving me because I work full time. I think I might just pop in my headphones and walk around and keep listening to the audiobook and reading the story. But yeah, I'll let you know. Hello. I decided not to go outside to walk and listen to more of the audiobook for Daisy Haites. Not Daisy Haites, for Daisy Jones and the Six. But I did want to go into and start Daisy Haites. If you don't know, this is the second book in the Magnolia Parks universe series, and I feel like I talk about Magnolia Parks in every single video, which I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you that's what this is. I loved it. It was amazing. I have a video if you want to see my reactions to it. Yeah, so I'm just going to get into Daisy Haites for remaining 1 hour and 11 minutes of our reading time today. I'm gonna get my pen because I know there are gonna be good quotes in this book. We are ready to start reading. Okay, so one thing that she's been doing in this book that she didn't do in the Magnolia Parks book is she has these little footnotes at the bottom of every page. It's helpful because it does give you information about each of the characters that like doesn't take away from the story on purpose. So I don't know if they get less as the book goes on, but right now they're just like setting the scene, explaining who all these people are. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting thing that she does though. This is cool because I knew this, but Daisy is part of a mob family. So the first chapter is just there's a gunfight breaking out over the dinner table. And it's kind of interesting because it's so different from Magnolia Parks, and it's fun. Was it. We are in fact reading Daisy Haites. I got up and ate dinner a little bit, but I got to page 44, and it's interesting because this book so far, it doesn't just have 2 POVs like my cat's playing with all the boxes we received from Amazon. So let me just wait till he's done. Anyway, Magnolia Parks only has 2 POVs, Magnolia and BJ's, but Daisy Haites has 3 so far. I'm not sure if it'll have more, but right now it has Daisy's, Julian's, which Daisy and Julian are the Haites siblings, and Christian's, who was a character in Magnolia Parks that always sort of had a love for Magnolia. And this first Daisy Haites book takes place in the same timeline as the first Magnolia Parks book. So it's kind of interesting to sort of know what happened in Magnolia Parks and how it ended, and then be reading. My camera stopped recording, so I don't know what I was saying, but I think I was saying that it's interesting that this book, that this Daisy Haites book, happens in the same time period as Magnolia Park. Knowing how Magnolia Parks ends and reading another person's perspective of it is really interesting. So I like that. We don't know too much yet. We were introduced to the, what they call the Lost Boys, which are the 7 boys that are working for Julian Haites. I think the 7 main people that are working for Julian Haites, which is Daisy Haites' gang lord brother. They had a little scene with BJ and Magnolia and Christian from Christian's POV, which was kind of interesting. And Daisy and Christian are starting out with friends with benefits, but you could tell that Christian is starting, even though he's so in love with Magnolia still, he's starting to have some more feelings for Daisy Haites than just friends with benefits. And Daisy has said that she knows that she loves him. That is the point we were at. Right now, Christian is teaching Daisy how to drive, which is so fun and adorable. This book does have some good quotes in it. I think I did 2 or 3 so far, which I feel like is not as much as Magnolia when I was like at page 44, but I think that because this is more of a slow burn between Daisy and Christian, whereas Magnolia and BJ, they started out as like being in love. So all of the really good romance quotes started out right away. This one, I feel like we're gonna have a lot at the end when they realize that they're in love, because that's what I'm assuming is gonna happen based on knowing what happened in Magnolia Parks. So yeah, I like it. I really want to keep reading it, so I'm excited. That is the end of our, I think it was 2 hours and however many minutes for today. It really wasn't that bad. The audiobooks make it so much easier because I can just listen to them while I'm doing other things and driving, and that just like knocks out a whole hour basically during my commute to work, so that's been really helping me a lot. So I'm definitely gonna keep doing that, and we'll see what our time is for tomorrow, Thursday. See you tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is Thursday and I have not even talked to you yet. How rude of me. But I am still doing my audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six on page 181, which is about halfway through. Pretty good, almost halfway. I believe my screen time was 3 hours and 3 minutes for today. If that was incorrect, then I'm gonna put what it really was here. I did set it up in the morning and I started playing it, started and stopped it based on when I was driving to work, when I was coming home from work. I just got home from work and I have 1 minute and 51 seconds left. Not 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 hour and 51 minutes left for today. So a little bit longer than yesterday, and I'm gonna have to read for a couple hours, or maybe I'll go on my walk today to do the audiobook. I like that idea. So yeah, I will keep you updated. I have been really liking this challenge, but I'm 3 days in now, and I feel like it's helping me really get into like make reading more of a priority for me, which has really been cool because I feel like I was in like a little bit of a slump after Magnolia Parks. I read a couple books, but none that were like amazing to me. But the audiobook adds a whole other element to it. Plus, I'm also reading Daisy. I cannot speak today. Plus, I'm also reading Daisy Haites. I am gonna go inside, have something to eat. Maybe I'll be back here to go for a walk and listen to more of Daisy Jones and the Six. Plus, this is really making me want to watch the series. I got up to episode 4 of the series, and I am past that point that I remember in the book. Right now, Daisy is in the band. They are becoming Daisy Jones and the Six. They are making their album. They created the song Aurora, which the lyrics are in the back of the book to some of the more popular songs, which I think is a great element that Taylor Jenkins Reid added to it. So I was just reading the lyrics to Aurora and A Hope Like You. It's really pretty. I wish that I could actually hear these songs, and that is another reason why I've been wanting to watch the series, because I'm assuming that they actually made the lyrics into a song for the series. Everyone else is realizing that she's dove too deep in the world of rock and roll. She's always high or she's always drunk, and she can never be alone. So it's just starting to interfere with her music career and like going to the studio on time to record and everything like that. So that's the part that I'm at right now. And her and Billy are becoming more like friends, less enemies, more trying to become more friends, because Billy's trying to stay away from her because he had struggled with like addiction and stuff in the past. So he thinks she's just a terrible influence on him. He's trying to stay away from her. He doesn't really want to like her because he doesn't want to be around her because he thinks that she's gonna make him relapse. And he's like trying to be like a good father and all that stuff with Camilla and their daughters. Yeah, very interesting. It's really cool because Mick Riva was just mentioned in here. If you read Malibu Rising, that was a character in Malibu Rising that was really famous. So Taylor Jenkins Reid is sort of intertwining her characters and her book, which is kind of really a cool little Easter egg in there that you would only know if you read Malibu Rising. Yeah, so overall, I'm really enjoying this book. I feel like, again, the audiobook adds such a more enjoyable element to it. So I don't know if I was just reading this as it is, if I would like enjoy it as much as I am right now, and I would get as high of a rating as I am right now. thinking about giving it. So yeah, we're about halfway through. We'll see how far we get along for the rest of the 2 hours for today.
I open the door, and there's Billy Dunn.
I went there with the express purpose of getting her to sing the song.
Hello everyone, it is Friday, thank goodness. I just got home from work and changed into my pajamas because I will never be a part of the planet of people that are able to relax in jeans and don't immediately change out of them when I get home. So I have on my pajamas now and I am finally able to talk to you about this challenge. I have been doing my audiobook thing every day. I did it today on my way home from work. I have 29 minutes and 42 seconds left. And today's screen time, let me screenshot this, was 2 hours and 49 minutes. So I started off with 2 hours and 49 minutes and I've just been reading my audiobook lately. I didn't read any of Daisy Haites today yet, but I actually stopped on the way home from work and I just sat in my car with the windows down listening to this audio, smelling the fresh air and the breeze, and I love when it gets to be springtime, summertime. Actually, right now our window is open and Ember is hanging out by it. I'll show it to you. It's kind of out of focus, but he's just chilling there by the window. He looks adorable. So if you hear any background noise because the window's open, I'm so sorry about that. I am quite a bit of the way through with this book. I only have this much left, and really the book actually ends here because the rest is just like the songs and like a peek at her next book and everything like that. So I am very close to being done with this book. I think my Goodreads, when I plugged in the page I'm on, it said that I was like 78% of the way through. So we're getting there. Right now, they have just put out their album, Aurora. Everyone loves it. It's selling out everywhere. They're going on their tour. Daisy and Billy aren't talking for reasons that I will not spoil for you, but they are not talking right now, so there's a lot of tension there. They're doing live shows still. Daisy is falling much deeper into her addictions, and Billy is becoming much more of a family man. And yeah, so that is the part I am at. So how can people who hate each other have the biggest album in the world? And that's what's going on right now. But I think it's Daisy just started to turn, that is a motorcycle outside, I'm so sorry. Daisy just showed some signs of trying to turn a new leaf. So hopefully there'll be a redemption or something like that in the end of the book. And I'm getting into Daisy Haites. I don't think I updated you on where I was at with Daisy Haites. Yesterday I got up to page 69. The part I'm at now is still basically Daisy's old flame, sort of like her BJ, if you've read Magnolia Parks, has come back. They're not as intertwined as BJ and Magnolia are, but he was her first love. They have this weird on again, off again relationship. They know they're not good for each other, but they keep coming back to each other, all that stuff. There's also some things in there that alludes to the fact that Julian, Daisy's older brother, had something to do with the wedge that was driven between Romeo and Daisy. So we're getting more into that, and Christian is just starting to realize that he might like Daisy more than he cares to admit. So yeah, this book is really good, and I don't know whether I want to go outside and listen to more of my audiobook while I go for a walk because it is beautiful out, or if I just want to read more of Daisy Haites, but I will keep you updated either way. My thoughts, this is the last day of this challenge. My thoughts have been that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and honestly I got something really good out of it where I am very excited to read now. Yesterday my timer went off for the 3 hours and 3 minutes or whatever it was yesterday, and I was like, wait, I want to read more, you know? So it's really getting me back into reading, which is really, really cool, and it makes me want to read more this challenge. So if you're addicted to your phone and you want to spend that time reading through your TBR, then I highly recommend that you do this challenge as well. But those are my thoughts so far, and I will keep you updated. Hello, this is editing Sarah here. I in fact did not keep you updated yesterday. It's Saturday, I'm editing the video, but our friends ended up coming over, so I didn't get a chance to update you, but I did finish the 29 minutes before we went out to dinner, and I read Daisy Haites. So I haven't finished Daisy Jones and the Six yet, but I will probably finish that today because I am so close to being done and I am so excited to see what happens at the end. But yeah, overall, I really recommend this challenge if you think you're on your phone way too much and you keep saying to yourself, I have no time to read. Your screen time says that you do have time to read. So this challenge definitely helped me become more self-aware of that and my screen time and the time I spend on my phone. And I think I want to do this challenge again in the future just to see if the screen time has changed or gotten worse. So yeah. Overall, really like this challenge. I did it from Tuesday to Friday, and it really wasn't that bad because my average was probably like 2 to 3 hours a day, which, even though I work full time, the audiobooks made it so much easier. Thank you so much for watching this video and coming along this challenge with me. Let me know if you do it, and I will see you next time. Bye.